Hi, I'm Joseph Phillips, the Director of Education at Instructing.com. Today I want to share with you 7 human resource theories you should know if you're working towards your CAPM, your PMP, or you just want to become a more effective project manager. The first one you may have seen before, and that's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs tells us there are 5 layers of needs that we all have, and it really goes to the idea of why we work. The first layer is physiological, that we have physiological needs. We need to drink water and eat food, and to just survive, we have some basic fundamental needs. Then we have safety, that we want to feel safe in the environment that we work in or where we live. Then we have social. We know at work there is a social need. I think that's one of the challenges that we see as more and more people work remotely. We lose those social connections that we often have in a workplace environment, or maybe not lose, but it's definitely changed on how we have friends and colleagues, that social aspect of work. Then we have esteem, that I want to take pride in the work that I do, that I want to be proud of what I do and feel like I have some reign over the activities that are part of my role. At the top of this, we have self-actualization. That's like the idea that your job, your role, your career is your calling, that you take pride in what you do and you feel that you are self-actualized, that you are doing your purpose, your life's purpose. And of course, I know as a project manager, you feel self-actualized. In Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we can't get to the layer above until the layer below has been satisfied. So for example, if you don't have food and water, you're probably not real worried about your social need. So that's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. The next one is Herzberg's theory of motivation. Herzberg's theory of motivation tells us that there are motivating agents and hygiene agents. We need hygiene agents before we're really worried about motivating agents. Now, hygiene agents describe the employer-employee relationship. So when you first take a job and you have a contract and you're going to make X amount of dollars a year and you have insurance and a working environment, those are all things that are expected, that just to perform your role as expected. Motivating agents promote performance, so opportunities, more responsibilities, appreciation, bonuses, recognition, opportunities for education. Those promote performance, so they're motivating agents. If you don't get your paycheck, you probably aren't real concerned about new opportunities or new responsibilities. So we have to have the hygiene agents first before we really get into motivating agents. Now, the thing about motivating agents, though, I have to be really interested in that motivating agent. If I don't want new opportunities or more responsibility or to learn new things, those motivating agents aren't going to promote performance. So not everyone is motivated by the same agent. So that's Herzberg's theory of motivation. Our next theory is McGregor's theory of X and Y. McGregor's theory of X and Y tells us there are 2 perspectives of employers and employees, X being bad and Y being good. An X management perspective is the idea that I can't trust my people, that I think my team is lazy and they're not motivated and they have to be micromanaged and they try to avoid work. A Y perspective is just the opposite, that my team is self-led and they're motivated and they're capable and they want to do a good job. Now, as a manager, a project manager, you probably are going to have both of these because some people do have to be micromanaged. I know that sounds bad to say, but some people avoid work and some people, want to drift off in the shadows and just hang out. And then you have other people that they're really interested in what you're doing and they're excited and they are capable. So that's McGregor's theory of X people and Y people, McGregor's X and Y. Our next theory is called Mcclelland's theory of needs, sometimes called the acquired needs theory or the 3 needs theory. Individuals' needs are acquired over time and they're going to shift and change as one grows in their career. So they're shaped by life experiences. We have achievement, where that person seeks to excel, We have affiliation, where they want to have a harmonious and acceptance and to get along with your peers and colleagues. And then we have power, where people want personal power, like a politician, or an institutional power, like they want to become a manager or an executive in an organization. Now, how one determines what theory drives them is probably you already know based on your own ambition. But there is a thematic apperception test, which is like these little story problems, and then what would you do, that helps drive the conclusion. Are you driven by achievement, affiliation, or power? And that's Mcclelland's theory of needs, or the acquired needs theory. Now, 3 other theories that I want to share with you. We have Ouchi's theory Z, not Ouchi, that's Ouchi's theory Z. And this is modeled after the Japanese management style. And in this style, it's this idea of lifelong employment, the idea of having a familial environment where you work and that everyone gets along together, you're all working towards the same vision and the same goal. This one's probably faded a little bit over the last decade, but I think it's still important and something to strive towards. The expectancy theory, I know you've experienced if you have children. The expectancy theory is that people behave based on what they believe their behavior will or will not bring them. Now, the reason I mention children is because you ever notice your kids act a little different around grandma than they act around you? Because they know grandma is going to treat them differently. So that expectancy theory is the same in your work environment. You have some managers you can behave a certain way, and other managers who are totally different in their approach. That's the expectancy theory. Finally, we have the halo effect. The halo effect is this idea of a false halo around a person, where based on a person's experience in a certain domain, we draw conclusions from that. So for example, Nancy is an excellent software developer. That means she would be a great project manager over software projects. That's a halo effect. It's not really an accurate depiction of what Nancy wants to do in that organization, or if she even had that skill to be an excellent PM just because she's an excellent software developer. All right, great job. Hope you enjoyed this session. We quickly talked about 7 HR theories. If you'd like more information about this, hop over to my website, instructing.com, where I teach project management. In the meantime, keep moving forward.